What's going on, Josh 4x4 family? That's what I'm gonna call you guys from now on. That's who you are to me, because you're friends, you're family. You talk to me, you comment on my videos, some of you. Anyway, happy Tuesday. Hopefully some of y'all have a short week this week, or a long weekend, however you want to look at it. I do not. I have to work tomorrow and Friday, so whoopee for me. But, irregardless, at least I have a job and I'm getting a paycheck. That's what I'm happy about. Anyways, what we're doing tonight. So, long story short, I got the bearings from Caltric in the other night. Went ahead and put them in because I didn't want to wait. I wanted to get the ATV back on the ground and off of a 5-gallon bucket. So I went ahead and put them in. Super easy install. They slid right in. I used the spacer I had sitting on the bench from last time. So I put that in. Fit perfect. So I'm super happy with it. But what we're going to be doing tonight is, this came a day earlier than the earliest projected arrival date. So thank you, Caltric, and thank you, Amazon. I really sincerely appreciate it. Also, just so the family can ride it, because I know they're all going to want to ride when they're down here. So that's that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this box busted open. I am going to do a cold start on the Recon for you guys, so you can hear what it sounds like with the stock stupid exhaust pipe that's on it. And we'll go from there. So let me get everything all set up and we'll get going. Okay, so I got the Honda pulled out here in the middle of the shop. Y'all, it's freaking cold. It's like maybe 35 degrees outside. And I know for some of you watching, and I think I have one in Canada, for some of you watching in Canada, you're like, oh, that's nothing, bud. I know, it's nothing. I'm a southerner though. It's cold, all right? So anyway, moving on, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the seat off and get this thing jumped off and give y'all a cold start sound, which I think I did in another video, but because I am changing the exhaust, I figured I may as well go ahead and do it in this video to wrap it all into one, give you a clean before and after. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the jump box on it and we'll do the cold start. So yeah, she cracks and pops a little bit. I'm not gonna let her run too long because obviously I'm pulling the exhaust off. So I want to get a good cold start video in. And I may or may not do an edit. I will. I'll do an edit and do a comparison right before and right after. I'm going to go ahead and get it cut off before it scorches my hands. So here's the situation. Alright, I got the stock exhaust pipe and it runs back to the stock slip-on connection back here, which then runs to this. Just a freaking pipe out the back. Bolted to the rack, nonetheless. Guys, okay, two things. First of all, a 250 Honda should not sound like that. First of all. Second of all, your valves, your exhaust valves, hate you. Your engine hates you. You have no back pressure, especially if you have a snorkel, which this one has a snorkel. You have no back pressure. This guy complained about when he would get into a mud hole, it would start bogging down. Well, duh, you have no back pressure. What do you expect to happen? I'm not saying you have to run a standard stock exhaust by any stretch of the imagination. DG makes a really, really loud exhaust pipe for the Hondas. Big Gun makes really good exhaust for the Hondas. I think even HMF makes really good exhaust for Hondas. But for the love of God, don't just straight pipe it. An engine is nothing if it's not an air pump. It is an air pump for all intents and purposes. Air pumps need restriction on one end and on the other, in and out. If you remove all restriction, how do you think it's going to run? Just is not. So I got a Caltric exhaust. So I'm going to go ahead and get this bad boy cut open and get it yanked out. All right, I'm just gonna pause this and I'll get it open. So that's how it's gonna come in a really nice, well, almost really nice bag. That's how it's gonna come to you. So let's go ahead and get it on out of here. So there she is, my stock Honda 250 muffler. Bolt holes to bolt in the factory positions. It's got the restrictor in there, everything. That's how I want it, because I want to see if it makes it run better. So now the next project is go ahead and get this stupid pipe ripped off of here. I'm not going to be able to get that on camera, so I'll just get it off and we'll go from there. Just got to get it unbolted from right there. So let me go ahead and bust it off. We'll see what we got. All right, so here's how it was rigged up. Engine side, outside. They had this just kind of halfway together with some terrible welds. But here's how I got it off, right? So you have your slip joint that right here. So you gotta bust that slip joint. You gotta bust that slip joint loose as a 12 millimeter. You're gonna need to save that because you're gonna need it on the other pipe. Then I just took a hammer or something and a flathead screwdriver or something and kind of just put my screwdriver like that and just chiseled and just hammered back until it slid off. This thing's in such good shape, I didn't need any kind of rust reform or anything. It slid right off, a little bit of force. So I guess I'll go ahead and fit the new one on and, well, get the slip joint off, fit the new one on, go from there. So here we go. Well, as with all things, there will be snags. Let me preach on that. Well, when you run bigger rear tires, you run into the possibility of things not fitting like they did from the factory. Like that. Like that. Not really a big deal. I can get some spacers. That's not crazy hard. Or I can try different tires. We'll see. What I'm more interested in is the sound. So I'm gonna get this thing dialed up, get that gripper thinger pressed in. See how she sounds. Here we go, moment of truth. Let's fire it up again. Key on. Kill switch off. Off. Neutral. So it had an exhaust leak. One, because I can't really fit everything right now with that tire the way it is. So I gotta work on that a little bit, but that sounds considerably better to me. So I'm gonna cut it off before it suffocates me, but a whole lot quieter than it was. Okay, so truth be told, there was a little bit of cutting and some drilling holes because it didn't match up perfectly. Shocker. Oh well. I got smoke from the tailpipe. Can't really see it, but it's probably 40 times quieter than it was beforehand. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the plastics back on it, and we'll take her for a test drive here in a second. Okay, so truth be told, the Caltric exhaust works well. It is very, very quiet. It does have, I need to put a new battery in it, but I'll get another video of that later. But it definitely works. It's a good battery to use, or a good exhaust to use, excuse me. You will have to do some trimming. Now, I bought this for a generic TRX 250. I had to take out about 1.5 inches of the exhaust pipe. No big deal. I was able to fix the exhaust leak. They did actually send me a exhaust, I don't know what you call it. It's a very flimsy piece of material that you put in the exhaust pipe to keep it from leaking at all. So I put that in there. Seemed to help the exhaust leak immensely. I don't know. We'll see. I got to take it out and ride. I took it out in the backyard for a little bit. It did just fine. So, Caltric, thank you. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I got another build video coming for you real soon. There is another build. So stick around. Much love. Peace out.